Hello and welcome to Keeping It Real. I'm Lala.
And I'm Junebug.
Today, y'all, we don't have our usual funny, but we had a specific story that we wanted to talk about. It's a true crime story that recently happened. So we won't name names, and right now it's allegedly, but I wanted to discuss about an incident that happened with a little 5-year-old girl. And I'm going to read actually directly what the mother wrote.
Okay.
And this happened on September the 13th. And many of you may have already heard about this story. But what happened is she left her daughter with a trusted family member. And she had to go to have a medical procedure done. And she says while she was away, she got a phone call from the family member stating that her daughter walked out of her house and couldn't be found anywhere. And the authorities were contacted. I immediately was filled with panic and rushed out of my house and arrived to the scene. And soon as I got there, I ran to the EMS truck where I found my daughter unresponsive, bloody, with her hair pulled from her scalp, her body covered in bruises, her fingernails were filled in with dirt, her eyes were filled with blood, her neck showing signs of strangulation, her mouth and lips bloody, her private area was filled with debris, and a dirt and a big lump on her head.
Can you imagine seeing your baby like that?
No, and she couldn't either. She couldn't believe what she was looking at.
I'm telling you.
She says her daughter did not look like herself, and she was traumatized. She was actually a group of bigger kids that were around 8, 9, and 10 had walked up to her daughter, presented themselves as friendly, and they took her by the hand and walked her to a field that was far away from the residence.
8, 9, and 10.
8, 9, and 10.
Did these things to this 5-year-old baby girl?
Yes. And, I may go in and out from reading exactly her words and then just kind of summarizing because it does get rather lengthy. But they walked her to this field and they beat her daughter until she was unconscious.
Oh, my God.
They ripped out her hair. They held her down as they SA'd her. Then, on top of SA'ing her, they shoved sticks down her throat and down her private area.
Okay, I gotta stop you for a minute.
Yes.
This is a 5-year-old baby girl.
Yes.
These children are 8, 9, and 10.
8, 9, and 10.
And not only have they SA'd this baby,
yes,
they've also used objects.
Yes. I know it's horrible. And that's not all.
Oh, God, go ahead.
They stripped her naked and strangled her with her own shirt. One of the children then proceeded to take out his private area and leave her covered in urine.
What?
They beat her, penetrated her until she was unconscious and unresponsive. One out of the 3 kids apparently with their teeth had bit her on her bottom area.
What?
Yes. And it says that they did that to hold her still as they sexually assaulted her. And then they left her where she was not at all, to be seen in this field.
They hid her. Hid her.
Yes, and they did not tell any adult They thought they probably had succeeded in unaliving her.
Right.
And they continued playing. The family member that she had left her with was looking for her daughter and saw 2 of the 3 children that lives on the street and asked if they knew or if they had seen her. Of course, not knowing at the time that they were the ones that did the harm.
Sure.
And they said no. They had not seen her. And I mean, just lied that quick, like nothing.
There's so much more to this than this that we're hearing. Somebody's got to do something with them kids. I mean, they're really,
well,
they've been through something or they've seen something. I'm not taking away what they did.
Right, I understand. But Junebug, they continued playing after being asked if they seen her, like nothing. That's
what I'm saying. They're giving psychopath vibes, and I'm not being funny. I'm being for real.
I understand. After she asked them if they seen her, and they said no and went back to playing. And this was 2 of the kids. Mm-hmm. So she went back to the house. Were later found scattered. Her shoes were scattered all around the field. Her cousin was panicky. And
whose cousin?
The cousin
that was watching the baby?
Yes, that was watching the baby.
Got you.
Put her daughter in the vehicle and rushed her back to the house and continued waiting for the authorities to get there. And her daughter's, of course, completely traumatized. The mother's traumatized. She said these kids broke her daughter's spirit. They took away her boundaries. And, they penetrated her and constantly beat her.
Yeah.
And she says she never wanted the media to get involved because she didn't want her daughter that's traumatized plastered everywhere when she has, constantly, having her to see constantly what happened to her.
Right.
But she said this is the only way that she knew how to get justice because the authorities are failing her daughter. They are trying to tell her that 2 of the kids can't and won't be charged because they are 8 and 9 years old.
So I'm trying to, so this would probably more than likely be a 3rd, 4th, and maybe a 5th grader. And the baby girl's probably kindergarten.
Kindergarten. She just started going to school this year. And I didn't even tell you that she is autistic.
What?
I don't know what, scale she's on, but she was just starting kindergarten. She is autistic. This is just sick.
So I know I'm probably doing too much on this, but I cannot get over the fact that an 8, 9, and a 10-year-old could do this. How is their mind at that age that sick?
Yeah,
and I'm not being funny. They really have problems. This is like psychopath stuff where you have no empathy. You have no care for other people's pain, their feelings. Now, the one kid that got the mama, there might be a little something there.
2 kids' mother
made
the boys go back and tell the family member where her daughter was at. And if that hadn't happened, this child may not be still here.
Right. Those kids have got to have some major help.
Major help.
Because we're going to hear from them again if they don't.
And I wonder what made them tell after all the things they've done.
I don't know, unless maybe they had that little inkling of consciousness, that little piece of empathy maybe they had. I don't know.
They literally tried to unalive this little 5-year-old.
That sounds like it was the goal. And the fact that she's quite a bit younger than them and she's autistic makes me think they probably knew that she was a little, she thought things a little different. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that she was an easy target.
That's a shame.
But the fact that these children are so young, what have they seen? What are they going through? That's what I need to know about that. Because that's not normal thoughts for even an adult. But for somebody that young to think those things and to know to do those things, they've seen something, they witnessed something, or they've been through something.
And on top of that, being told as a mother that the 8 and 9-year-old could not even be charged and won't be charged. This woman wants justice for her child.
I can understand. I mean, okay, so let's think of it feasibly. You can't send an 8, 9, or 10-year-old to prison. You could send them to, like a juvenile detention center, but I don't think those are very good either. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I mean, I think stuff goes down there. These kids need some in-house major therapy with psychiatrists. They need to be watched and monitored. They need to be, they got to have something done. They can't just be let stay at home. You know what I mean?
Right.
There's got to be something. If these kids think they've got away with this now, what are they going to do when they're 16 or 20 or 30? You've got to have some kind of punishment, some kind of consequence.
And I'm just, I'm praying that this mother can get the help that she needs and her daughter needs.
That baby, oh my gosh.
Because, I mean, that sounds like, therapy for a very, very, very long time.
Probably for her, the rest of her life.
And I can't understand, I don't know what happened to these children, as you mentioned earlier, but I mean, and from what I read, it was the 8 and 9-year-old and the 10-year-old. Out of them, one was a girl child and 2 were boys. That's from,
Now that's crazy.
And I don't know if we'll ever hear anything. I hope later we'll get an update on this story about any type of accountability for these children being held accountable for their actions. I mean, right, they can't go to prison or anything like that, but
they don't need to be, going to the regular school with these children, and they need therapy.
They do need therapy.
They need some in-house major therapy.
Yeah, I think they need somewhere in-house.
Yes.
For quite some time.
Absolutely.
Surely something like that can be done.
So the fact, this is crazy. This is getting worse and worse to me.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a girl child out here involved in this. I can't imagine, because I'm trying to put myself in their place. Even if you're not the aggressor in that situation, even if you never hit her, you never did anything, but you stood there and watched these other children do these things to her, what is going on in your mind that you were able to stand there and hear this baby screaming, see this blood, see the abuse that she is enduring, and you're okay to just stand there and watch it all, even if you don't participate? To me, you're just as guilty as the ones that did all this.
Exactly.
And you've got something else going on in your mind where you're thinking, if you can make that okay enough for you to sit there and watch, because I'm grown, there's no way that I could watch an adult be treated that way.
Yes.
And I can't imagine, because, kids are scared of stuff. Typically, kids are scared of, blood and gory and all that kind of stuff. What is going on that you could stand there and watch that?
Yeah, and it makes you wonder, how long have they had these thoughts? Have they acted on something like this before?
It's awful wild. This is a big first step if this is what we're dealing with. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I mean, for you to just come right out of the gate and do the absolute most. That's crazy. We've heard stuff. We've heard serial killers doing this kind of stuff to people, not babies.
I know.
Something's got to be done, y'all.
Well, I'm going to pray that they all get the help they need.
Absolutely.
And these children that did this get some kind of in-house treatment. I don't know what exactly they can do with the 10-year-old. I guess she's if it's the girl.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I read it, it said if the boys hadn't have taken them, the cousin back to where her daughter was at.
I got
So
you.
I'm assuming that the 10-year-old is a girl child.
So the 8 and 9 listen, this is getting worse and worse. 8 and 9?
8 and 9.
There's so much I want to say, but I'm not going to because
People hurt people. So I
They
don't
do.
know if they've experienced some type of violence or have been around some violence.
have they seen it?
Yes.
You know, they have. Look, it would be hard for me as an adult to sit here and come up with this kind of stuff. I don't have that though. I think I'm very empathetic. If I think you're hurting, I can't stand that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I got to try to help you. What can I do? These are not even teenagers, y'all. These are elementary school children.
Well, you can imagine when they become teenagers,
Oh my God.
if they don't get the right help, what could possibly go on?
No, there's no way they could go without any kind of punishment. That's absolutely insane.
I mean, do you believe that this is something that can be fixed or something that can be regulated? Or, I mean, it's like, people are mentally ill out here, and it doesn't just happen as adults.
No.
So it's like, it like, almost like you'd have to monitor these kids as they grow older and older.
Yes.
To watch what they're doing.
Absolutely. That's why they need to be in-house somewhere. I'm going to say like oh my gosh, y'all don't come for me, like a state hospital or something. You know what I mean? A legit one.
Do they have state hospital for children?
I don't know.
I would think so, because I'm sure there's been children that we've read about that have, done some things.
Yeah.
Before, this.
Yeah.
This is the first type of story I've read that this horrible. But we've seen kids as young as 11 or 12 unaliving a parent.
Yeah. What do you think this is? Because God knows we all get mad at our parents when we're young, right?
Right.
For the stupidest stuff. But it never occurred to me to resort to violence. Where have we gone wrong as a society where a child not only is okay thinking these things, but then not only do they think it, they look for prey, like they've done this baby girl, and they notice she's a little different somehow. So they think, okay, she'll be easy. And then you act out the most horrendous things. Where have we gone wrong? Where does this come from?
This happened in Cleveland, Ohio. And I don't know much about the neighborhood this happened at. I don't know if there's violence in this neighborhood. I'm not trying to make excuses. I'm just trying to figure out what led these kids to do this to another child, a much younger child.
I know. And we say kids, and we legit, I cannot get over the fact that the victim is 5 and the assailants are 8, 9.
Jennifer, I heard the train going off where you live.
So I'm kind of at a loss for words.
I know.
How do we get here? How did we get here? We're failing our kids. I don't know how. I do know how. I think. I have an opinion, but whatever. I think it goes back to, I'm not saying mental illness doesn't exist. It does.
Right.
But I think somehow this is definitely a mental illness, but I think maybe it kind of goes beyond that. Do you remember when we had the episode about, we're letting everything but us raise our kids?
Yes.
I feel like that. I think maybe these kids have been let. There's no way I don't even know how to say it. I'm
going to tell you this, Junebug. Back in my day, the neighborhood helped watched you. You weren't out there doing anything that somebody didn't see you do and got onto you and then let your mama and them know.
Right.
And so you got in trouble again.
Yeah.
We need, we know the phrase, it takes a village.
Yep.
It really does.
It does.
And we don't need anyone that turns a blind eye to things.
Or gets so offended.
Yes.
That you would even approach them about
something their child's doing.
Yes.
Because I can't believe these three have not ever done anything that no one hasn't, seen.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, because I wouldn't let my 8 and 9-year-old, or probably 10 either, just outside playing by themselves anyway.
Yeah.
To me, they're still kind of young. Someone needs to be watching them.
And in today's time, for sure.
Yes.
I did. When I was young, I didn't leave the neighborhood.
Right. And if
they know of. But
at that age, or younger, because who knows how long something may have been going on, but if I know something's up with my child, something's not quite right, I'm not letting them out of my sight outside like that, or around other children. I mean, they ripped the hair out of this girl's scalp.
So if these children went home and they did all these things to this baby, they've got to have dirt, mud, blood, something.
Exactly.
And I know this baby is tussling them too, so they've got to be scratched up, something.
Yes, and I wonder if that's what made the mom to the two question them maybe, and that's what made them tell the truth and help find this little girl.
Yeah.
But that's just a guess, of course. We don't know what actually happened, but...
Can you imagine being the parent of those kids that did this?
I would be seeking my children some help. Especially, I would feel very bad if I noticed some kind of signs before.
Yes.
But they would need to be punished somehow.
Yeah.
This is, I mean, I don't know how old you have to be to go to juvenile detention, but I'm sure they have counseling in there, but they would have to be somewhere for quite some time getting help that they need.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yes.
I mean,
I would be the biggest advocate for getting my child some help.
Exactly.
I know, they can't do anything to them legally because they're so young. Well, that's fine. But as far as jail.
Exactly. And going to this parent of this little girl, I mean, she may not even want to see me at that point, but let me hold your hand and pray, because this it's going to take prayer to get through this.
And we're in this together now.
Yes. I mean, I would be, of course, very ashamed my children would do something like this.
Absolutely.
And very guilty if I let some signs go by. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, y'all, we can only guess at this point, only guessing, like I said, at this point.
Yeah. The only thing I know that we need to do, y'all, we need to pray for all of them, all 4 of the kids, both sides of the family, because they've both got issues that they're going to be dealing with for the rest of their life.
Yes.
And y'all, we've said it before, but if you see something, please stop worried about somebody being mad at you and say something.
Say something. Do something.
Because if I'm living in that neighborhood and I see a 5-year-old baby girl that I know is autistic, not saying that that's made her different, but I know the 5-year-old baby girl has no business with an 8, 9, and 10-year-old child going anywhere.
Exactly.
So that alone would be enough for me to say, hey, what are y'all doing? You know what I mean?
Yes.
And maybe even something as simple if somebody had just said, where y'all going?
And I know if you're like us, you've got plenty of questions still that we may not know the answers to, because, I wondered, was the 5-year-old outside by herself? You
Right.
know,
Or did they come to the door and ask for? That's a good point.
I don't know. Like I said, we're only guessing at stuff right now, but y'all,
This
please,
is still a new story. I mean, I'm
yes,
sure there's going to be more come out, and we'll discuss that with y'all too as we, see it. And
yes,
I don't know. I'm speechless.
yes.
Really,
This
I
is
don't. I
horrible.
can't wrap my head around it.
Yes, and as y'all know, we only got 10 episodes this season, and so this is episode 9. So we'll be taking a short fall break, but we'll be back with more stories. And I know Junebug wants to really dive into more crime stories because stuff like this, the one we just discussed, needs to get out.
Yes.
This mother needs justice.
She needs some help, some big time help, y'all. And she does have a GoFundMe set up. Y'all could look that up.
Yes.
And it's for her. She's trying to get some help for her baby.
Yes.
And I don't blame her. I mean, I would go through the bowels of hell for my children. So let's lift her up and let's help her. But y'all don't forget to pray for the aggressors too. There's something they need some help that probably the Lord can only provide. So
that is true.
Y'all just, if you see something, say something, y'all.
Please
it's okay.
Do something.
Don't worry about people being mad at you. It's okay. In the long run, you've done the right thing. So
yes, and always remember to be kind to each other.
Yep.
And y'all, we'll be back with y'all next Monday with Keeping It Real. Mm-hmm. Thank you for joining us today. And hey, pass this story along. Share it. And like and comment. You may have something that you know that can help this mom, to seek justice.
And let y'all share this GoFundMe, even if you can't donate, whatever prayers, but share it. And let's get her all the help that she's going to need so that money isn't an object for her. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
She doesn't need to have anything holding her back from getting help for her baby. And we got to do something to get some help for these kids, y'all.
Please. Mm-hmm. And we will see y'all next Monday with our 10th and final episode for the season. Mm-hmm. And we're going to bring you some mixed topics that day of some few stories that we're going to combine. Yep. So y'all take care. And thank you again for joining us. I'm Lala.
And I'm Junebug.
Bye.
Bye.